Tag team wrestling has been a huge component of any wrestling game in the 2K series for WWE and No Mercy, WrestleMania 2000, and the list goes on and on. We've seen things done well, we've seen them iterated upon, but today I want to talk about what are some of the key features, things that we need to see out of tag team wrestling for the next WWE 2K22 game. That episode for you guys is right now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Assemble. I'm Matt. Good to see you and good to have you here on the show. And today, it's Tuesday, I think. But we're talking about WWE 2K22 and we're focusing in on tag team wrestling. Huge component of any game. We got it Survivor Series matches, elimination matches, hardcore matches, ladder matches, TLC matches. The list goes on and on, ways you can actually play with your favorite tag teams. There's also the custom creations. We can create our teams, our trios, our stables, all of that fun stuff. And this is a huge component of any wrestling game and any WWE game that we play every single year within the franchise. But I feel like it's getting stale. Go figure. So here's some of the things that we need to see for WWE 2K22 when it comes to tag team wrestling. Number one on the list for Matt over here is going to be updating the actual tag team creation suite. I want to be able to do more. We got the same names, same generic names, as well as custom names in there of like favorite tag teams and all that you can select for your team. You can have the label for like what their actual name is going to be for the entrance, and you can create your tag team or your trios. It's too limiting when it comes to actually selecting what entrance motions you want within the game. And for me, I end up defaulting so much when I create these custom teams or I have a actually established or newer tag team that's within WWE itself. I slap them together, I put on a generic entrance, and boom, I go. You got a heel or a face tag team entrance, and then that's it. That's not fun. Let's get more creativity. Let's get more customization when it comes to actually creating our tag team and their entrances. And let's freshen up stables. I can have a trio, but I can have 5 people within my stable. And sometimes I want the first 2 people or the first person and the third person to be the tag champs, but that messes up my tag team and they don't play right in universe mode and it's clunky. So I gotta reorder people, but that messes up their entrance for how they actually come out because I've reordered them. So that gives them a different animation based on the order selection. All of that stuff is just nonsense to me. Come on, let's go. Let's fix this thing. If you want to have a stable of maximum of 5 people, which it should be increased to like 8, maybe. But if I want to have some fun, crazy stables, a brand new NWO, a new modern day DX, whatever I want, you want to allow me to have 5 people in there, but 3 of them can only come out? Let's fix this. Even if I can only max out at having 3 actual characters come out as a trios for a team, fine. But could I have a manager? Could I have the extra 2 people be just even generic managers coming by the ringside and doing the clapping? I'm even okay if they actually couldn't get them to just show up in the background of the stage and then they were just kind of like down by ringside already. Is the whole like glitch effect. But at least let me feel like I can bring out my whole stable and my whole team that way to push stories forward, whether it be in my universe mode, custom creation storylines. Let me do that and focus in on that custom creation piece, because that's what fans really need to see, is that you can actually go through and utilize and push the entire story, the entire team that you have created within, say, a universe mode. Okay, second thing I got on this list for tag teams is going to be needing better emphasis on like the hot tag. We've seen the hot tag utilization here and there in spurts within these WWE games over the years, where there are these random moments in the game, it feels like, where they will actually initiate a hot tag. And then you get a little quick button mashup to go through and heading, your ABXY and all that stuff on your controller to initiate this comeback. And then you get a little tiny comeback sequence. And I feel like it's there, and then I feel like it's just gone and it's not happening enough. And in some games, in some matches, you will get it. In other matches, you don't at all when you actually need it. Let's put more emphasis back in those big peak moments. Tag team wrestling is that build up. You want to be able to have your character on the outside and you want him to be getting the guy in the ring to get worked over for 5 minutes, and then you want to initiate that hot tag. Let's bring in more focus on those moments when you want to be able to have a crowd kind of building up for anticipation of getting that hot tag, getting it initiated, and having your person come in. And if you want to do a quick time event for it because you successfully completed a hot tag, then great. But change up even and create some emphasis on maybe the person that's over on ringside. If someone's getting beat down and they're in submissions, maybe we could have the game actually increase its camera angles and improve upon them so we could focus in on, you know, your partner as well, so that they're not just an AI standing out there. And the other thing that brings me to is going to deal with camera angles. We get a lot of these like dual finishers, tag team finishers, being able to throw your guy into the corner and initiate tag team moves. That's great. But the one thing that always drives me nuts is that you're never getting any different camera angles. If I want to do a double twist of fate, for example, between the Hardys, I want to be able to see a little bit more emphasis on that motion happening. Change up the camera angles, get away from the standard ones when it comes to our tag teams and initiating that tag, getting tag team moves put together, and then get them to actually move it so that it changes up the format and the feel of the match, and it makes it feel a little bit better. Okay, next thing I got on this list. I don't know where I'm at. What am I at? 3 or 4 or 5? Doesn't even matter, does it? It's just smoothness. When I say smoothness, I'm not talking about down below, fellas. No, what I'm talking about is like frame rates with multi-man matches. Good Lord. 2K20 destroyed me on this. What mode did I like doing in 2K? I liked having my Survivor Series match, and I liked having multi-man tag matches in there, and I can get 3 or 4 guys on the apron, and then it just turns into a cluster. People are slow. The game is basically, it can't even keep up with itself. There's too many things going on, and don't you dare bring a chair into the match. We need this stuff ironed out when it comes to multi-man matches and tag matches so that you can have a better experience overall when you are putting together like a Survivor Series match and an elimination match especially. Tag team story elements is another one that I'm looking at. Yes, we have those universe moments and where they can actually say like, oh, these two are starting to get along, and then they form a random tag team in your universe and you don't like it, so you delete it and you get rid of it. If they make it hit different overall, if they put in more cutscenes, if they put in more emphasis into the storytelling elements of the entire game, this could help tag team wrestling, the tag divisions in your universe mode or GM mode respectively, of being able to tell better, more compelling stories of building up a team from scratch and getting them to butt heads along the way, being able to have them turn their backs and get those cutscenes and get more cutscenes and more emphasis on the storytelling aspect as you're building up a new team or an existing team. And custom match types when it comes to tag teams. We've seen this throughout the years where I can get those ladder matches and TLC matches and elimination style matches, but allow us to expand upon that within the custom creation suite with custom match rules and things like that for tag teams, whether it's a straight up 2-on-2, 3-on-2 handicap, Survivor Series style matchup, but let us customize a little bit more. Multi-tag team matches, fatal 4-way tag team matches, elimination style matches. The elimination tag team matches are some of my favorites, and I remember years ago with the games where I could eliminate one of my tag team partners and leave the other one in there. It creates a little bit more drama. Give us a better version of like a gauntlet style match with tag teams, and give us a tag team turmoil match. With the eliminations, we have that tag team King of the Ring. Doesn't seem to matter at all, but let us do a little bit more on the custom creation side for these types of matches. And the last thing I'll say is that it comes up in the comments sometimes too, is that I think we want the option to be able to do those intergender tag team matches and being able to have kind of like an intergender tag team division. Let us create that in universe mode or GM mode or Road to WrestleMania or whatever we're going to do. Allow more custom creative freedom within the game. That will bring more fans in because it allows them to have more options and more replayability of that game. If you keep unlocking a little bit more customization and creation, that'll let this game breathe a little bit longer and have a little bit more legs. But let me know in the comments below, what do you think? What do you need from tag team wrestling within the WWE 2K22 game? What do you think we're going to get? Anything that Matt listed here on the show, do you think that that could be a reality, or am I just fantasy booking again? I am probably fantasy booking, but that's okay because I enjoy it and it's fun to talk about just what could be, and then we get like really disappointed when it comes to October. But we'll play it anyways because it's fun. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Matt here on Assemble. Do me a favor, if you enjoy this video all the way through and you stuck around, hi, thank you. I appreciate it. You're a nice person. Come back again. More content coming at you. WWE and other video games, reacts, things like that. If you enjoy it, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoy doing that kind of thing. And as always, thank you all for assembling with us. See ya!